My motivation from the beginning has always been about trying to get people, whatever number care, excited about biology in a way that they don't usually think about.
I'm Art Woods. I'm a biologist at the University of Montana, and I work on ecological and evolutionary physiology, mostly of insects.
And I'm Marty Martin. I'm an ecophysiologist as well, but I tend to work on things with backbones.
We're scientists, and we're also the hosts of the Big Biology Podcast.
On the podcast, we talk with scientists who are researching some of the biggest ideas in biology.
We made this Patreon page to ask for your help. The podcast takes a long time and a lot of effort to produce, and we need your donations so we can keep telling important stories about science.
I grew up in the woods following around my grandfather, trapping animals and things, so I've been a naturalist for as long as I can remember. Lots of people are that way. I also watch a lot of the nature shows that were on. And even then, I remember repeatedly being frustrated at the kind of lack of depth that some of them had. I mean, the videos, the camera work, and the charisma of the people doing the hosting, and I mean, so many dimensions of those things are amazing, but when it came to the science, it always just fell short.
You know, you do hear a lot of biology out in podcasts and in the news, and generally it's produced by people who are interested in biology but are not biologists themselves. And so I think that's one of our big important niches, is that we're professional biologists ourselves. We have connections to a lot of people in the field. We've been working on this stuff for a long time, and I think that gives us a niche where we can have a better conversation with these people and sort of get deeper into it more rapidly in a more interesting way. And it's not sort of a surface, journalistic approach to it. It's a sort of deep conversation approach.
We've done everything from Origins of Life with Sarah Walker to Why Primates Drink Alcohol with Robert Dudley.
We are like in a total golden age of biology. I mean, there are amazing things happening, and I would say it feels like the rate of progress itself has accelerated in many different fields. There's just crazy stuff going on in the last 10 or 15 years. We want to talk about those things, and we want to sort of make people aware of what's going on in basic biology research.
Because at the same time that there's so much going on, it's getting more and more difficult to understand it. If you look at other disciplines of science, physics and especially cosmology as an example, those guys are amazing at getting people excited at literally the most complicated ideas that exist. And if they can do that, why do none of our nature shows have very much? It's not none, but they often are more about the quirky things that animals do in exotic places, and especially if they're furry or feathery. There's still more to be done there.
We're a nonprofit, and so we depend on donations to keep the podcast going. And getting those donations regularly is like really critical for us to keep this operation going.
You can find the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, anywhere you usually get podcasts.